Part 1. He ruled the world in silence. He ruled the most powerful empire in the world. Armies obeyed him. Cities depended on him. Millions lived under his decisions, but inside, Marcus Aurelius felt something different. He did not feel powerful. He felt tired. Marcus Aurelius became emperor of Rome in the year 161. Rome was strong but unstable. Wars on the borders, disease inside the empire, pressure every single day. People expected confidence, strength, control. But Marcus Aurelius was not born a warrior. He was quiet. He was thoughtful. He preferred books to battles. Every morning, before leading armies or meeting generals, he wrote to himself. Not letters, not speeches, private notes, reminders. He wrote things like, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." These words were not for others. They were for survival. Marcus Aurelius knew something many leaders forget. Power does not remove fear. It reveals it. He questioned himself constantly. Am I acting with reason? Am I being fair? Am I controlled by anger? While others chased glory, Marcus chased discipline. He believed that a calm mind was stronger than any army, that control of the self mattered more than control of others. This was not philosophy for classrooms. This was philosophy for pressure, for loneliness, for responsibility, for moments when no one can help you. Marcus Aurelius ruled the world. But his real battle was inside, and every day he chose silence over ego, duty over comfort, character over applause. Part 2. When everything went wrong. Soon after Marcus Aurelius became emperor, problems arrived all at once. War on the borders, rebellion inside the empire, and then disease. A deadly plague spread through Rome. Thousands died. Cities emptied. Fear grew everywhere. Marcus could not escape this. He stayed. He met generals. He organized supplies. He made decisions that affected millions. Every choice carried weight. Every mistake had a cost. At night, he returned to his tent, alone. That is when he wrote again. Not to complain, not to blame fate. He reminded himself of one simple idea. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Marcus Aurelius knew how fragile life was. He saw death daily, soldiers, citizens, friends. This awareness did not make him cruel. It made him careful. He believed fear should not control action, that panic creates chaos, and a leader must first rule himself. During long campaigns far from Rome, Marcus slept on the ground with his soldiers. He ate simple food. He avoided luxury, not to impress others, but to stay grounded. He believed comfort weakens judgment. When anger appeared, he paused. When pride appeared, he questioned it. When despair appeared, he wrote. He once reminded himself, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Marcus Aurelius was surrounded by violence, but he refused to become violent inside. He did not pretend suffering was easy. He did not deny pain. He accepted it. For Marcus, endurance was not about strength. It was about clarity. And in the middle of war, disease, and responsibility, he held on to one belief. You cannot control the world, but you can control how you meet it. Part 3. Alone with his thoughts. Marcus Aurelius was never alone. People surrounded him every day. Soldiers, advisors, messengers. But inside, he felt isolated. Leadership is loud on the outside and silent on the inside. Marcus did not write his thoughts for the public. He did not plan to publish them. What he wrote was private, honest, sometimes harsh. He reminded himself of his own weakness. Begin the morning by saying to yourself, I shall meet busybody, ingratitude, arrogance, deceit. These words were not cynical. They were preparation. Marcus believed disappointment hurts less when you expect it. When you understand human nature, anger loses its power. He struggled with exhaustion, with doubt, with the feeling of never doing enough. Sometimes he questioned his own worth. Was he a good ruler? Was he fair? Was he failing without seeing it? He did not escape these thoughts. He faced them. Marcus believed discipline starts with awareness. If you hide from your thoughts, they control you. If you look at them calmly, they soften. He wrote reminders like instructions. Do your work. Accept what you cannot change. Let go of praise. One line appears again and again in his writing. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Simple words, difficult to live by. Marcus Aurelius knew power creates temptation. Ego waits quietly. He did not trust himself completely. That is why he wrote, not to become perfect, but to stay human. In moments of weakness, he did not seek motivation. He sought alignment, to live according to reason, to act according to values, to stay calm when the world pushed back. This was his real discipline, not conquering others, conquering the self. Part 4. Loss without escape. Marcus Aurelius lost many people he loved, not once, not twice, again and again. He lost friends, he lost teachers, he lost children. Out of his many sons and daughters, most died young. Illness took them quietly, without warning, without mercy. Marcus did not have the luxury to stop. An emperor does not pause history. He still had to lead armies, still had to judge disputes, still had to rule. Grief followed him everywhere, but he did not hide from it. He wrote reminders to himself, not to suppress pain, but to understand it. Loss is nothing else but change. These words were not cold, they were survival. Marcus believed suffering becomes unbearable when we resist reality, when we demand life to be different from what it is. He did not say pain is easy. He did not say grief disappears. He said, accept it without adding fear. At night, when the empire slept, Marcus returned to his notes. He reminded himself that everything is temporary: power, health, love, even memory. This did not make life meaningless. It made it precious. He believed that knowing life will end gives every action weight: how you speak, how you treat others, how you use time. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire that could collapse at any moment, and inside, he carried losses that never healed. Still, he chose restraint over bitterness, kindness over cruelty, duty over despair. Stoicism was not a shield. It was a way to walk forward while carrying pain without letting it destroy you. Part 5. Words meant for no one. Marcus Aurelius never planned to be remembered. He did not write to inspire others. He did not write to teach the world. He wrote to survive. His notes were private, simple, repetitive, sometimes unfinished. He wrote them during campaigns, in cold tents, between battles and bad news. He called them nothing. Later, the world called them meditations. Marcus wrote to remind himself how to live. Do not complain. Do not waste time. Do not become bitter. He warned himself about ego, about anger, about the desire to be admired. Do not be distracted by the noise of others' opinions. He believed that attention is fragile, and once you lose control of it, you lose control of yourself. Marcus did not know that centuries later people would read his words. Soldiers, leaders, teachers, ordinary people searching for calm. Empires fell. Rome changed. His statues broke, but his sentences remained. They survived because they were honest, because they were written for moments of weakness, not for applause. Marcus Aurelius never claimed wisdom. He practiced discipline, and that practice turned into legacy. Not through monuments, not through victory, but through quiet repetition, the kind that changes a person slowly. Part 6. A mind that still guides us. Marcus Aurelius died far from Rome during a military campaign. There was no grand speech, no dramatic ending, no final victory, just silence. The empire continued without him. New rulers came, new problems followed, history moved on. But his words stayed. Marcus never wanted to control others. He wanted to control himself, and that is why his ideas still feel close today. He believed that life is short, that time is limited, and that meaning comes from how we act, not what we own. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. These words were written for himself, and now they speak to millions. Marcus Aurelius showed that strength does not need noise. That discipline is quiet. That calm is a form of courage. He ruled the most powerful empire of his time, but his greatest achievement was invisible. He learned how to live with clarity, with restraint, with acceptance. And in a world that never slows down, his voice still does something rare. It slows us down. It reminds us that control begins inside, that peace is practiced, not found, that character matters more than circumstance. Marcus Aurelius is gone, but the way he lived still offers direction to anyone willing to listen.
Thanks! Please subscribe and like. Spin a new yarn with us every week. See you there!